Sharper Point commentary.
Will granny flats save the Valley's working poor? Before answering that question, we probably first need to answer this. What the heck are granny flats? Jamie thinks they sound like a pair of bloomers, granny underwear. But a granny flat is simply a residence, that which the Brits call a flat, a residence that's on the same property your residence is on, and a place for grandmama to live out her years, sometimes called a backyard casita or a guest house. Will they solve our housing affordability problem? The city of Phoenix hopes so, and we need some solutions. The Valley led the nation for almost 3 years when it came to the price growth on homes, so bad that it was the primary driver of our nation-leading inflation rate that was at more than 13% at one point. The Valley went from a place where you could buy a decent house in a decent neighborhood for a couple $100,000 to a place where you need double or maybe triple that. And here's another sign that people can't afford where they live: rentals. Maricopa County eviction filings in August were just a hair below the monthly record that was set back in 2005. Almost 7,700 renters were told by their landlord to get out. Many reasons are out there for evicting somebody, but the most common reason is that rent isn't getting paid. If this keeps up, Maricopa County eviction filings over the year would be the most filed in a year since the Great Recession in 2007. So, can granny flats, what the city of Phoenix calls auxiliary dwelling units, or ADUs, save us from our unaffordable housing situation? Whatever you call them, the city council in Phoenix voted 8-1 this week to legalize those ADUs and hope it's a tool that will create more affordable housing in the Valley. Mayor Kate Gallego says this creates housing without expanding the city limits.
We'll be able to add housing within the existing footprint of the city of Phoenix. That is valuable from a sustainability perspective.
And I'm surprised that people like Mayor Gallego weren't for this before, because people like her on the left hate sprawl. But some residents are concerned about how those auxiliary dwelling units could impact traffic congestion in their neighborhoods. Others worry that granny flats won't be used for granny or permanent housing at all and be turned into short-term rentals like an Airbnb. Councilman Jim Waring says he believes there's a risk, and it's what caused him to vote no.
So I am going to vote no. I would like to vote yes, and I wish this all the best, so I hope it works out.
Or others are worried that people will actually sell their ADU to a business to run it as an Airbnb. City planner Josh Bednarik responded to that possibility in their criticism.
If they were looking to secure a building permit for an ADU, yes, they could. They just can't use the ADU as a short-term rental.
All right. So I have to ask about granny flats. Why wasn't I able to build a granny flat on my property already? I mean, it's my property. And if you don't want to live next door to someone who has their grandmama living in their backyard, and I mean in a small dwelling in their backyard, you can move into an HOA, a community where the number of dwellings and the number of people living on parcels are allowed to live. Yeah, and, this also keeps me from, at least it has up until now, and I think my HOA won't allow it either, building a kid flat. Get them suckers out of the house right now.